And we are live on this amazing Wednesday for some more motivation and mind hacks. Not mind hacks, mind hacks. Basically helping you guys to get further in your life faster. Let me just sort this out on my screen here. Kim is here. Thanks for joining us, Kim. We'll give people a few minutes to join. Nina is here as well. Nina, great to see you. If you're watching this on the replay, by the way, thank you so much for showing up. You're not going to be able to comment like you can, like Laura and everyone who's joining now. And there you go. So Kim's commenting, evening guys. Barbu's here as well. So you can't comment if you're watching the replay, but you can still heart it up. If you like what you're hearing, it's always lovely to just give us some hearts. Gemma's here as well. A bit earlier tonight. Says Laura. So I thought you meant I was a bit earlier than Laura, but you're earlier. Awesome. Laura's here. Tracy Briggs is here. People are hearting it up already. How's everybody doing? Let me know what your day's been like, and you know how you've been getting on. Oh, was I? Maybe I was a bit earlier tonight, Laura. There you go. I think occasionally I'm here just about 1 minute past 10. Maybe it was bang on 10 tonight. Gemma Hepp is here. Gemma, good to see you. Gemma Green is here. All the Gemmas in the house. Long epic day, says Gemma Hepp. Awesome, Gemma. Well, let us know if it's been a good epic day or a stressful epic day. On the last scope, guys, on Monday night, we looked at this. We looked at 7 small ways to break out your comfort zone, and people pledged. I am plugged in, thank you, Kim. The USB cable is plugged in, we are on charge, and yes, I have my coffee. Girly Whirly, good evening to you. Yeah, people pledged on Monday night scope to get out of their comfort zone, break out of their comfort zone in these little ways. And what's been quite amazing, if you're not part of the Facebook group, become a part of the Facebook group. Gem, I don't know if you're a part of the Facebook group, Gem Hep, challenging but feeling proactive. Boom, awesome. Come and join the Bulletproof Actor Facebook group. You know what, even if you're not an actor, it'll be great. We'll have you in anyway. All the stuff we talk about, it relates to every single career. So all the things that I talk about on Bulletproof Actor in these scopes, it relates to everything. Join the Facebook group. It's facebook.com/groups/Bulletproof Actor. We have all, in order to get out of our comfort zone, decided, well, a lot of people who don't run normally have decided to do the Morrisons and Bupa Manchester 10K in May next year. I've signed up. Gemma Green has signed up, I think. Sam signed up. Who else has signed up? We'll adopt non-actors. We definitely will. Have you signed up as well, Gem? Gem, awesome, amazing. So we're going to have a little bulletproof run. Running is something that totally changed my life. I started running in 2009, and since then I've run quite a few marathons, and I run a lot for charity, and I run, do a half marathon every week. That level of fitness has kind of fed into every other area of my life. Laura's going to, and it's made a massive difference to my success in all areas. Literally, a basis and a foundation in fitness, guys, will change your life. So I am super pumped, super excited to get out on the running field. Well, not the running field, but on the roads, and we'll all run as a team. I'm not bothered about time or anything like that. We'll run together, and we'll cross the line as a team, and we'll see what the Bulletproof family's time is for the 10K, and then maybe the year after we'll try and challenge it. So I want to know what else people have done to get out of their comfort zone. There was a few things that we talked about. I'll go back through them. There was perform a random act of kindness. Anyone performed a random act of kindness? I hate running, but I'm doing it for the team. Do it for the team, Laura. You know what? When I first started running, oh my God, I hated running. There's still some times where I don't particularly like running, but I tell you what, I love having ran, and that's a big difference. I pitched my idea for a play to my classmates. This put me out of my comfort zone, as I hate sharing. Excellent. Well done, Kim. Give it some hearts for Kim. That's great. Yas is here. Yas, great to see you. Hard it up. So we had, perform a random act of kindness. Vishal is here. Great to see you, Vishal. 2 was startle your taste buds. Do something in the kitchen. That was one I chose. I'm still yet to bake something, but I promise you by the end of this week I will, and I will give you a photograph of it. Strike up a conversation with a random stranger. Say I love you to somebody who you don't normally say it to. Not probably a random stranger, but people who you do genuinely love and you might not say it often enough. I stood up to negative people tonight in my class. Excellent. Right, well, you can tell us a little bit about that. As in negative towards you or towards themselves, Jem. Scan the ads, that was another thing. Look in your local kind of like classified ads for classes and things you can get involved in that aren't necessarily to do with acting or your main career, but something that you just might enjoy. We're now doing my play in January. Well, there you go, Kim. Result, major result. 7 was unplug, and this is something that, again, I said I would probably try and do, because unplugging from social media sometimes, we said that people have a fear of missing out. So we like to be hyper connected to everything in case we miss out. So that was another thing to unplug. To me, but not giving up this class, gonna kick ass. Yeah, exactly. Well, do you know what, Jem? What a perfect scope for you tonight, because we're gonna be looking at 5 Amazing people, 5 absolutely amazing people who have gone on to almost dominate in their fields. These aren't just actors, these are people from all over the place. You will have heard of every single one of them, they're all very, very famous, but people who faced huge adversity or, or failure before they kind of hit the big time. And these are all people that you will know, and hopefully it's going to inspire you. Because if we did just give up every time we hit a hurdle or someone was negative to us, Jem, then we wouldn't get very far. And some of these people were told that they would get nowhere and that whatever they had to offer was never going to be enough. And then they went on to show them, and some of them became billionaires. So at the end of the day, don't worry about those negative people in your class, Jem. You prove them wrong. You know what is better than revenge? Living well and success. Far better than any kind of revenge. Kind of kill them with kindness, these people who are negative towards you. Love them. And they will have no control over you. Also, just to share something exciting, I've been asked to perform in a piece for Princess Anne. Wow, where's that at? Kim, tell us where, what, just personally? Just you and Princess Anne? Or you and a few people? Let me know, that's amazing. Also, guys, what would be great is if you could share this scope as well. I've never really asked people to share these, but if you can share these with your followers, it'd be nice to, obviously, we'll keep adding people to the Bulletproof family. And we'll get some new blood into the group, and hopefully you guys now have been on for a while can start inspiring other people. So invite all your mates. I think you can swipe across the screen. You can share this on Facebook or share it on Twitter. Share it with your people. It'll be really, really great. I'd appreciate it. My favourite saying: "The best revenge is massive success." It is. It absolutely is. Honestly, it's absolutely massive success. Girly Whirly, thank you for sharing on Twitter. Appreciate you. Thank you. Jem says she likes that. There are 6 of us in total. Awesome. Wicked. That's brilliant. Well, Princess Anne is a very lucky lady, so I've seen some of you performing for her. Thank you. Cheers, Girly Willy. So tonight, let's have a look at these people. Who have you? Whose tales might you have heard of that you think I might have got here? Thank you, Jem, for sharing. Who have you heard of, like, people who've gone on to make it massive, who have faced adversity? Give me some guesses. I'll see if I've covered them, and you can tell me because I don't know all of them. I booked a modelling job 2 weeks. Honestly, Nina, that's amazing. Have you? How have you done that? 2 weeks. This is just massive success. Kim, nerve-wracking. I bet it was, but I bet it will be. But you'll smash it, Kim. Honestly. Mandela, Vishal, Nelson Mandela. Wow, I mean, God, he's a man who faced huge adversity. Sly Stallone. I published a great story on actonthis.tv about the underdog, acting in the underdog, all about Sly. His story is amazing. You can go and read that there, actonthis.tv. Well done, Nina. That's fantastic. 2 weeks in there. Gemma's impressed. Tracy's impressed. Hearts for Nina. That's wicked. All those people are great. Absolutely brilliant. The first one I want to talk about is someone we all know and love. A little lady. Well, not a little lady. She's massive now. Oh God, I'm just digging myself a hole. I don't mean massive like that. I mean just massive in general. Oprah Winfrey. Give me some hearts if you like Oprah Winfrey. I think she's brilliant. It says here, number 1, Oprah Winfrey. Unfit for TV. Patricia Jones, you have joined just in time, Patricia. We're talking about 5 people who have gone on to make massive successes of themselves after that initial failure. So at age 22, Oprah was actually fired Oprah from her job as a television reporter because apparently she was unfit for TV. Winfrey was terminated from her post as co-anchor of the 6 o'clock weekday news on Baltimore WJZ TV after the show received low ratings. Winfrey called it the first and worst failure of her TV career. Oprah was then demoted to morning TV. I mean, I still think that's quite good. I'd do morning TV, where she found her voice. It's dropping it. Where she found her voice and met fellow newbie Gayle King, who would one day become a producer and editor of the Oprah magazine. 7 years later, Winfrey moved to Chicago, where her self-titled talk show went on to dominate daytime TV for 25 years, and ultimately head her own channel, her own TV channel, the Oprah Winfrey Network, which is massive. So she went from being somebody who got fired. I've never been fired, which I think is quite good. I'm quite happy about that, but I imagine it's pretty soul destroying. Let me know if you've been fired and what you got fired for, if you want to share it, and how you dealt with it, how you fought back, because I imagine that's really difficult. That's like the ultimate kind of rejection, I guess. Yas is here, great to see you, Yas. So Oprah was fired at 22, demoted. She was told she was unfit for TV, demoted, Loads of times. Patricia's been fired loads of times. How do you deal with it, Patricia? Did it affect you negatively each time, or did you fight back stronger? Winfrey obviously did. And I think that's really interesting what it says there. When she went on to morning TV, she met Gayle King, you know, who would one day become her producer. Subordination usually. Oh, see, Patricia just fights back. But it's, that's good. Sometimes people just don't like having a boss sometimes, Patricia. That's fine. I don't. That's why I work for myself now. I did for years, though. I had a boss for 11 years. It was horrible. Was fired from my first job stacking shelves in Sainsbury's for talking too much. See, Nina can't keep her mouth shut. I've been fired with hindsight, realised it was the boss's insecurity, not mine. Day jobs, just got another one. There you go. You've all been fired. But, well, I'm not going to fire any of you. So don't worry about that. But yeah, so Oprah, it's interesting that someone else she worked with as well on daytime TV ended up becoming a producer. I think that's something that we can all learn from as well. People who we meet now, and that's all about, you know, keeping your network alive and, you know, surrounding yourself with people who are of like-minded and collaborating. We said that before so many times, that you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So important, because you'll end up kind of hopefully going on to do great things with other people. No, Alan Sugar. No, I'm not Alan Sugar. I want to watch The Apprentice, though. I've not watched this season. I used to love The Apprentice. Right, that's Oprah. Alan Sugar would be another one who probably faced adversity. He was just a London lad, wasn't he? Who went on to do well. Steven Spielberg, number 2, guys. Hard it up if you like Steven. Hard it up if you'd like to work for Steven. I think as actors, we definitely would. So Steven Spielberg, he was denied 3 times. This guy's actually got a really interesting story. So Steven Spielberg was rejected from the University of Southern California School of Theatre, Film and Television 3 times. That's kind of like the RADA of film school in the States. He eventually attended school at another location. So he gave up, he went, I can't get in there, I'm going to go to another location. And he dropped out before finishing. He actually dropped out to make a 22-minute short film with somebody that he liked. Kim says every actor's dream. So he didn't get in 3 times to the school he wanted to go to. He went to a school he didn't really want to go to, thus he dropped out in order to make a short film, 22-minute short film. He actually went on to create the first, I mean, this is just amazing, he went on to create the first summer blockbuster with Jaws in 1975, has won 3 Academy Awards, 4 Emmys, 7 Daytime Emmys, and his 27 movies have grossed more than $9 billion. 35 years after starting his degree, Spielberg returned to school in 2002, so the school he dropped out of, in order to work on and complete his BA. He said that he wanted to accomplish this for many years as a thank you to my parents for giving me the opportunity for an education and a career. Ironically, guys, right, so he goes back and he finishes his degree, and the University of Southern California, the School of Theatre, Film and Television, gave him, the cheek of it, they gave him an honorary degree in the end. Because I don't know what, they felt guilty or they wanted to ride out on the guy's success. But how cheeky is that? They go, you're not coming in, not once, not twice, but 3 times. But don't worry, once you've made it and you've been through your struggle and you've grossed $9 billion, we'll give you an honorary degree. How do you like that, Stephen? I just think that's ridiculous. It's just insane. But that's his story. He actually went, when he dropped out of uni, he went to work as an intern at Universal. Cheeky sod, says Gemma. I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it? He went to work as an intern at Universal, and you know, started off literally at the bottom, and then just impressed a few people, and then he got to work on some stuff, and then obviously Jaws came out. He got to direct Jaws in 1975, and that was it for him. Bang! You know, just you know, instant megastar. You know, directed, and now obviously he's the guy who is synonymous just with film. Everybody says it, isn't there? How many people as actors, when you say what you do, you go, I'm an actor, they go, oh, you get that call off Steven Spielberg soon. You go, well, it hasn't come yet, but hopefully it will do. So that's 2. So he looks at Oprah, we look at Steven Spielberg, people who've both faced adversity and have gone on to have massive success. So I hope you're taking this on board. Number 3, this is an interesting one, because it's kind of before my time, before all of our times, I think, actually, but somebody who I still watch and think's amazing. And I think it's amazing because it was a huge influence to Michael Jackson. Give me some hearts if, as a kid or growing up, Michael Jackson was a big influence in your life. It's just a performer. You know, still to this day, without a doubt, is my favourite performer of all time. There will just never be another Michael Jackson on this planet. And I was so gutted never to. I always thought I would meet him, you know. I always thought, or if I wouldn't meet him, I always thought I would at least go and see him in concert. And then when the This Is It tour came out, you know, and it was so close to actually being able to go and see him at Wembley, and then the guy died. I was like, oh my god. But this chap I'm going to talk about, yes, Michael was amazing, says yes, he was. Honestly, I've never seen a performer like it. All I ever wanted to do as a kid, I used to dance to his tapes in the front room. Every kind of wedding I'd go to, I'd always be made to dance with Michael Jackson. Even today, if I have a few drinks, I'll do the Michael Jackson dancing. But all I wanted to do was moonwalk. And I thought, once I can moonwalk, my life will be complete. And I'll show you one. I'll show you at the 10K, Laura. I'll show you when I cross the finish line. I tell you what, I will moonwalk across the finish line. And at uni, we had these massive dance studios at the school theatre I was at. And I learned to moonwalk in the second year, and I thought, oh my goodness, my life is complete. Now, when I go out, you can't stop me. You just can't stop me from doing it. But I will, honestly, I'll moonwalk over the finish line when we're doing the 10K. So this chap was a big influence on Michael Jackson in his dancing, and that's why I think he's great. Fred Astaire. You must all know who Fred Astaire is. Fred Astaire, obviously one of the best, definitely the best dancers, you know, in terms of kind of musical films and stuff in the 20s. Absolutely legendary guy. I'll do the race if I can walk it. Well, you can definitely run it. We'll drag you along, Kim. He was told he can't act. Fred Astaire was told he can't act. So in his first screen test, the testing director of MGM, so huge movie studio, MGM, this is the note he made about Astaire. He actually noted, he wrote down, can't act, can't sing, slightly bald, can dance a little. Okay, Astaire later insisted that actually the report, you know, he actually insisted that he'd actually written can't act, slightly bald, also dances. David O. Selznick, who signed Astaire to RKO, a rival of MGM, RKO was a different movie studio, and commissioned this test, stated in a memo, I'm uncertain about the man, but I feel in spite of his enormous ears and bad chin line, that his charm is so tremendous that it comes through even on this wretched test. Astaire, who went on to become an Oscar-nominated actor, singer and dancer, reportedly kept the negative note in his Beverly Hills home to remind him of where he came from. So I think that's really cool. I know a lot of people keep rejection letters and stuff like that, and you know, there's a whole article I did on actonthis.tv again of people who faced brutal rejection and went on to do really, really well. People like Madonna, you know, huge people, and they've kept and framed their rejection letters, which I think is awesome, just to kind of keep your feet on the ground and also, obviously, you know, to look back on and go, you were wrong. So Fred Astaire was told he couldn't act. He goes, no, you can't act, you're bald, you're slightly balding, you can kind of dance. And then he went on, you know, Oscar nominated, went on to, you know, things like Putting on the Ritz and, you know, huge songs like that. He went on to absolutely smash it and become, you know, an absolute legend. To inspire Michael Jackson, the king of pop, rock and soul, you've got to be a bit of a legend yourself, haven't you? So Fred Astaire, he's another one. Number 4, love this woman, I think she's great. I think her story is fantastic as well. It's much longer than what I can put on a slide. Who's a Harry Potter fan? Give me some hearts if you're a Harry Potter fan. Even as a 33-year-old man, I still love Harry Potter. I think it's one of the most enchanting, kind of charming films, franchises that there's ever been. I'm quite excited about this play that they're doing. No one can get tickets for today. So 4, J.K. Rowling. Her story's wicked, her story's brilliant. So J.K. Rowling first had the idea for Harry Potter back in 1990. She said that the idea came fully formed in her mind while she was stuck on a train from Manchester to London. Probably a train that we've all been on, guys, some Virgin train or whatever. Although 1990 was Virgin, did they own the trains then? I don't know. She began writing furiously. However, later that year, her mother died after 10 years of complications from multiple sclerosis. Maggie Smith was told she'd never be successful because she wasn't pretty enough. Wow, well there you go, that's one in the eye for them. So yeah, unfortunately, JK's mum died of multiple sclerosis. In 1992, JK she was having a bit of a breakdown and she decided she would move to Portugal to just get away from it all. She needed to just get out of the country and to teach English. She met a man, married and had a daughter, and then in 1993, just a year later, her marriage ended in divorce and she moved to Edinburgh and she moved to be back with her family really, but she moved back with just 3 chapters of Harry Potter in a suitcase, which is just amazing. She finished the first book. Then 12 publishers rejected, how gutted would you be now, rejected Rowling's submission before the manuscript she sent in was given a chance by a small publishing house that's no longer a small publishing house. It's one of the biggest publishing houses in the world because they took a chance on her. The franchise has since made Rowling a billionaire. It's one of the best stories, I think, of failure before fame that you'll ever get. a woman who was on benefits, who was, you know, really struggling psychologically, you know, was given 12 rejections. You know, she could have easily, after rejection 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever, just gone, nah, not going to work, this story's not going to, no one's going to have it. She carried on because she believed in it, and who wouldn't? It's such an amazing story. She wrote parts of Harry Potter because she was so poor, apparently. She would write it on napkins. She would go to coffee shops and she didn't have books and stuff, and she would sketch out, you know, parts of the books and ideas on paper napkins and stuff like that. Went on to finally get someone to believe in her, and then has become one of the biggest successes in the world, which I think is amazing. I thought I'd better get a sports star in as well, just for those guys who like sports. And I think there's a really inspiring story of anyone like basketball. I know it's not a UK sport really. I used to play a bit of basketball, but I was rubbish. Never been tall enough. People are heart in it. Someone likes basketball. Michael Jordan, awesome. He said some incredibly inspiring things at his time. Michael Jordan. He was dropped as well initially. After being dropped from his high school basketball team, young Michael Jordan went home and cried in the privacy of his bedroom. Within 2 years though, he not only came back to make the team, but was also named High School All-American in his senior year. When you're named All-American, they're kind of like all of the most talented amateur sportsmen from all the universities can be named as, like, you know, and put onto one team as like the All-American team. These guys are like absolutely the best in the business. So he'd gone from being dropped. Basketball was great back in college, says Yas. How tall are you? I'm about 5'11", so I'm not quite 6 foot. So everyone in basketball, they're just massive, aren't they? And I probably wasn't that fast, so it wasn't a game for me. Football was miles easier for me. But yeah, so he was named. He was dropped from the team, but he didn't only get back on the team. He was actually named the best in the team. That's pretty massive. So he's named an All-American in his senior year. The basketball superstar famously said, and this is great, it's what we want you to listen to, "I have missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I have lost almost 300 games. On 26 occasions, I have been entrusted to take the game-winning shot, and I missed. I have failed over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." I mean, what an amazing outlook. Michael Jordan led his team to 6 NBA championships, was named the league's most valuable player 5 times, and became only the 2nd player ever to score 3,000 points in a single season. So it's amazing, you know, and that's what I keep saying to people. Those people who look at failure as one step closer to success are the people who will win and will succeed. If you're in sales, those salesmen who every no they get, they think it's one step closer to a yes, are the ones who are going to sell. You need to come on my show on Monday evening, Ross. Need these pearls of wisdom on the show. Gemma, I will love to. So Gemma, 5'10", never able to dunk though. Yeah, I could never jump up and dunk, yes, never. Gemma has a TV show, guys, called That's Manchester. On what channel is it, Gemma, for people who can get it on Freeview and stuff like that? Gemma hosts a show in the evening. I've been on it once, but we should go on again, Gemma, and we can maybe do a Periscope or something live, you know, from it. Freeview 8. Just get on Freeview 8, guys. You can tune in. Gemma always has great guests on, and it's all fun. Who do you have on? You have Jason Manford's brother, don't you? Do a show with him, Gem? Colin Manford. Freeview 8 in Manchester only, though. So if you're in Manchester, you can tune in with Gem. Yeah, Colin Manford, the Super Duper Show, or something it's called, which is called. Jason's been on. Awesome. But yeah, I would love to come on, Gem, and we'll give some pearls of wisdom. But I think that thing with Michael there is just fantastic. You know, he's owning up for all his responsibility. Going, you had the This Is England lot on, you know, saying every shot that I've taken, you know, I've missed 9,000 of them. Hopefully 9,000 shots he's hit as well, you know, but he's been entrusted to take the game-winning shot. How many times did he say? Game-winning shot, 26 occasions, and he's missed it on all 26. Well, it's not all on those 26 occasions. Obviously, there's other occasions where I'm sure he's dunked the game-winning shot, but he says, you know, he's failed over and over again in his life, and that's why he succeeded. And that's a big part of what I put into Bulletproof Actor, Unstoppable Confidence, Infinite Success, the mindset course that definitely is coming out in December. I promise you it's coming out in December. And you know, it's all about looking at what these failures have taught you, and then they become successes. There's no such thing as a failure, because you're learning from them time and time again, and thus they're just lessons. As long as you can take a lesson from each failure in whatever area of your life that failure occurs, it's not a failure. It's absolutely a success. And so I just thought it was cool. Just, you know, just 5. There are literally, you know, dozens and dozens and dozens of people out there who have gone on to dominate. I mean, look at people like the Beatles. You know, they were dropped by their first record label. Take That were denied by their record label, by record labels about 14, 15 times. You know, all these people face massive adversity, and then they just have the tenacity to stick with it and go on and on and on and on and on. And we've done scopes before about giving up just before success. You don't want to be that person. Like we said that story about R.U. Darby, who was the guy who went mining for gold and was 3 feet away from the biggest gold discovery that there's ever been in existence. He was mining just 3 feet away from it, gave up, sold his equipment to a junk man. His junk man went back with an expert who went, actually, you know what, they were digging in the right place, but the fault line of where the gold is has just moved over here over time. He was 3 feet away from having, you know, the biggest gold find ever, and just, you know, untold wealth and whatever he could have done with that. Money isn't everything, but obviously it brings with it a lot of things that you can have and do to impact other people positively. That's why it's so great. It's freedom credits. It's not money. It's freedom credits. That's what it is. So I hope that's inspired you a little bit. And Jem, get, you know, that negativity from your acting class. Good that you stood up for yourself, and, you know, and keep facing it, going back time and time again, and you be the Michael Jordan of the acting industry, or the Fred Astaire, or the Oprah Winfrey. You know, all these people are absolutely amazing, and can be massive inspirations in our lives. So if you enjoyed that, let me know who your favourite story was. You can download the PDF if you're watching the replay. You can download the PDF of this document just below this player if you're on actonthis.tv. Adversity, let's kick ass, guys. Great scope. Cheers, Gemma. Thank you for showing up. Appreciate it. We're going to be back on Friday. Friday night is book club. Friday night book club. Once played slot machines in the US, walked away, next person who came on got jackpot. No! 2 miles of the story there, Patricia. Don't gamble. And if you do gamble, throw all your money away until you can't even afford to have another go. I'm joking. That is not the way forward. I used to play a lot of slot machines in Vegas. I only went to Vegas once, and I set myself a $2,000 limit for the entire week we were there. I spent it on the first night. It was a raucous night. It was one of the best nights of my life, but I've never lost as much money in one go, ever. I would not recommend it. You will fall on your bed at 9 AM the next morning, and all I remember coming out of my mouth before I fell unconscious was, I said, turn to my brother, and he was in bed at 5. I set out another 4 hours playing on the slot machine called Tornado Tina, yeah. It was just gobbling up $100 bills. Gambling and being fired, that's my reputation. Brilliant. I just remember falling on the bed, I looked at my brother and went, Stuart, fortune does definitely not favour the brave. And I just went bang, unconscious till 3 o'clock the next afternoon. So don't gamble since, it's ridiculous. Anyway, Friday, guys, book club, Lewis Howe's book, School of Greatness. If you've not pre-ordered this, you can get it on Amazon now. It came out yesterday, 27th of October. It's a fantastic book. Lewis is a friend of mine. This is like 4 or 5 years worth of his life's work effectively, but for the last 4 or 5 years he's been interviewing some of the most inspirational, successful people on the planet on his School of Greatness podcast, and he's broken down greatness into 8 steps basically of how you can achieve it. Cool, we'll order it. Yes, honestly, it's you don't have to get, I think the paperback is cheaper than the hardback. The hardback edition on Amazon, it's about £15. The paperback edition is about £8 or £9, I think. This is a pre-release copy Louis sent me a few weeks ago, is the finished version is probably even better, even more refined than this version. But it's great. Breaks down greatness into 8 chapters. We've got creating a vision, turning adversity into advantage. We talked about that tonight. Cultivate a champion's mindset. Develop hustle. Master your body. Practice positive habits. Build a winning team and be of service to others. So we're going to be reading some excerpts of this on Friday, and we're going to be looking at it for every Friday in November. So you don't have to buy it. I'm not telling everyone I don't get any money if you go and buy it, obviously. You don't have to buy it, but if you do buy it, you can read along with it. And you know, obviously I can't read the entire book on 4 scopes with you guys, but I will pick out the major takeaways and the key points that I think are really valuable, and I will read you them for free. But if you want to get Lewis's book, yeah, get over to Amazon and check that out. So that is all for tonight's scope. Thank you so much to everybody for joining me once again. I love it. If you want to sign up for the running team, the Bulletproof family running team, get yourself signed up to the Manchester Morrison's Booper 10K. It's about £38 to sign up. It happens on the 22nd of May 2016. You've got plenty of time to practice, to get your training in, and we will run it as a team. We will all cross the line together. Okay, we're only as strong as the weakest link, so train, be as strong as you can. Go practice the moonwalk. I will do. Sasha, are you only just joining? It just popped up that Sasha's joined. You've missed the scope, Sasha. Watch the replay. Oh, what's quite exciting as well is Periscope. Thank you to you guys for tuning every night. Have invited me to test out the beta versions of all the Periscope, the new releases of the Periscopes before everybody else. So I'll get some new features that I've actually had to sign to say I can't talk about, but there'll be new features on these scopes that hopefully will enhance your viewing pleasure, which hopefully we'll get to talk about once they get released. Sorry Ross, I will. Just got home from work. Well, that's alright Sasha, you've got to work. Don't apologise for having a job. Unless it's a job that you hate and you don't want to do, in which case sack it off and go and do a job that you like and give your life fulfilment, and we'll help you to do that. But thank you once again for watching. So back on Friday for book club. If you've got any questions or you give me any feedback on these, tweet me at Ross A. Grant. Join the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/Bulletproof Actor. Get an invite to my mindset course that comes out next month, bulletproofactor.com. Definitely soon. Hope it was a good one. It was a good one, Sasha. And come and join the community if you're an actor as well at actonthis.tv. Come and join the community. I do podcasting and live broadcasts with famous actors, directors, producers, writers, all sorts of people to help you get further in your acting career faster. So it'd be great to have you as part of the community. Until then, guys, I'll see if I can sign off the scope properly tonight. Oh, almost. No, I can't get back up there. There you go. The stop broadcast button is here. Thank you. Appreciate every last one of you. If you watch the replay this far as well, appreciate as well. Thank you, and I will speak to you Friday, guys. Bye for now.